It's time for Wausau West Warrior High School Baseball on Wausau Area Sports. Warrior Baseball is brought to you by the Cloverbelt Credit Union. Since 1936, local lenders lending local money, keeping our community strong. Also brought to you by Rocket Industrial, the Wausau West Warrior Diamond Club, the Wausau West Athletic Department, the Weld Riley Law Firm, and attorney Matt Meyer. It's time now for Warrior Baseball on your home for Wausau West Sports. Wausau Area Sports.
And good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Wausau West Warrior High School Baseball on Wausau Area Sports. Today, it is a Wisconsin Valley Conference matchup as the Warriors take on the Marshfield Tigers. From Jack Hackman Field in Marshfield, I'm Chad Holmes. Well, this is the final week of the regular season. The Warriors and the Tigers will meet today and on Thursday, and then it is time for the playoffs. In fact, the playoff brackets were released on Sunday. Both these teams in Division I, Sectional 1. Wausau West is a number 13 seed, and the Warriors will travel to River Falls next Tuesday. River Falls is the number 4 seed. Marshfield, meantime, is the number 10 seed, and they will travel to number 7 seeded Menominee next week. While the Tigers are ahead of the Warriors in the Wisconsin Valley Conference and also have a record slightly better overall, Marshfield is 9-13 overall, Wausau West 9-14. The Warriors have been playing better baseball in the month of May. Since May 1st, Wausau West has a winning record. In fact, quite a winning record. They've won 7 and lost only 4 since the beginning of this month. Meantime, Marshfield has struggled here in the month of May. They have won just 3 of their 12 games. So, again, it's a kind of a snapshot in time on how these teams are playing. And Wausau West, it appears, is playing some of their best baseball of the season. The Warriors have won 3 games in a row. They come off a 14-6 win over Mosinee on Friday. They knocked off Wausau East both on Tuesday and Thursday in the Wisconsin Valley Conference. It is the second meeting of the season between these teams. Back on April the 23rd in Wausau, it was Marshfield knocking off the Warriors by a score of 7-5. Wausau West had a 3-1 lead going into the 4th inning in that game. Marshfield scored 6 times in that frame. The Warriors tried to come back, but they ran out of time because that game was called after 6 innings because of a thunderstorm that rolled into the Wausau area. So the Warriors have 2 more meetings here with the Tigers and trying to wrap up their season, continuing to build on the momentum. That is one of the topics of our conversation with the head coach of the Wausau West Warriors. I'll be talking to John Albee coming up next. It is Wausau West taking on Marshfield, Wisconsin Valley Conference Baseball on Wausau Area Sports.
Thanks to the Wausau West Athletic Department for their support of our coverage of Wausau West High School sports on Wausau Area Sports. Thanks for watching on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel, but we'd like to see you out and about supporting Wausau West student athletes in action. To see a listing of upcoming events at Wausau West High School, go to wisconsinvalleyconference.org and click on Wausau West. That's wisconsinvalleyconference.org and click on Wausau West. Thanks to the Wausau West Athletic Department for their support of our coverage on Wausau Area Sports.
Wausau West Warrior High School Baseball continues on Wausau Area Sports as today, the start of a 2-game set Wisconsin Valley Conference finale series with the Marshfield Tigers. From Jack Hackman Field in Marshfield, I'm Chad Holmes, joined by head coach John Albee. Coach, Friday, good win. We came out there, took charge early, and it really never in any kind of trouble against Mosinee. But I think the thing that kind of jumped out is we saw up and down the lineup, your guys are swinging the bats better.
Yeah, we are definitely seeing the ball better, getting some good barrels. So, it's kind of been coming along the second half of the season overall. So we're really excited about that. The players are getting more confident, and they're feeling good going up to the plate.
Also, just the habit of winning. And I know that over the years, I've been hearing from coaches of different sports that, winning's a habit and losing's a habit. And when you start winning, that could become a habit. And right now, do you feel like these guys are enjoying the winning aspect?
Oh, absolutely. It is definitely a mindset, and when you're winning, you expect to win. You expect to play well, and that you put a little more pressure on yourself to do well. So that mindset is where we're at right now. Is we've got a good week last week with 3 wins. So we're hoping to take that into this week against Marshfield.
Before we talk about Marshfield, you had your seating meeting on Sunday. And, to be honest with you, it seems as though you're a much better team than what a number 13 seeding would be, but it also just shows that it's a pretty strong bracket, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really tight. I mean, to be completely honest, you look at teams, 4 or 5 through 12, they're all, they're competitive. They'll all compete against each other. We can compete with those top teams. The numbers are what they are. We didn't have the best win-loss record, and some of the teams we played, didn't help us in that sense. But it's just part of the deal, and we got to go and play who we play, which is River Falls, which would be a good program, and we just got to go and play our game.
That's still a week away. Got some work to do this week against Marshfield, and again, in terms of the conference standings, there's really nothing you can do about where you are. You're kind of stuck where you are. For Marshfield, I guess they're just going for second. If they lost their chance of getting a conference championship. As you look at these 2 games, what's the most important thing that you want to get accomplished in this week with 7 days to go before the playoffs start?
Well, number one, we want to win just to keep that confidence going. We want to hit the ball well. Again, just all about confidence and get that mental part ready for next week, Tuesday, against River Falls. We want these guys feeling as good as they can as we get into those games. Also trying to get everybody, some time where we can for pitching and stuff like that, just to make sure everybody's ready, and depending on who we want or need next week.
Looking back at the first game against Marshfield, I think in a lot of ways a little bit of a microcosm of maybe the early part of the season for your team. It was a game that you were there. Unfortunately, you didn't get a chance in the 7th inning, but at the same time you were there, but you weren't able to get over the hump. It feels as though this team is better than the team that Marshfield saw the first time around. Would you agree? I
would agree. I think that we are playing better baseball. That game, we were down, but we came back and got right back in it. And, who knows what happens if we were able to finish that 7th inning. But that game was going in the right direction, and right now this team is going in the right direction at the right time. So hopefully that can point us in the right way as far as getting a win tonight against Marshfield.
You touched on your pitching. Is it Ty Teskey tonight?
It is actually not. It's Joe Gravine. A little just because of Joe's gonna be gone on Thursday, so we're just reversing that. And that we talked and made sure that Ty felt good about throwing Thursday and being ready for Tuesday. And we'll take a look at pitch counts and stuff like that if we need to. But we want them both to get on the mound. It right now will be Ty on Thursday and Joe tonight.
And I guess finally, Joe pitched so very well last week against Wausau East. What did you see from him in that performance that gives you confidence going into today?
We talked about in the past, he's a hockey player who's had experience at high level, at the state level at hockey. So he brings a solid mindset. He's got confidence. He knows what it takes to compete at a high level. And then just being on with his pitches. He was commanding the ball very well, different pitches, changing speeds and hitting the spots. So, mentally and physically, he's a guy that we're excited to have on the mound.
Best of luck today.
Thank you very much.
Head coach of the Warriors, John Albee, will come back, get you ready for the first pitch. We'll have the starting lineups, and then the first pitch. Wausau West and Marshfield on Wausau Area Sports.
Thanks to the Wausau West Baseball Diamond Club for their support of our broadcast of Warrior Baseball on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel. Community support through the Diamond Club is crucial for our student athletes. All race funds directly benefit the program. The Diamond Club offers several advertising opportunities for local businesses and organizations to gain visibility while contributing to high school sports. For more information, go to WausauWestBaseball.com and click on Diamond Club. Thanks again to the Wausau West Diamond Club for helping bring Wausau West Warrior Baseball to you on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel.
And back here from Jack Hackman Field as we are nearly set for baseball, the Wausau West Warriors and the Marshfield Tigers. Let's take a look at the starting lineups for today's game. First of all, for Wausau West, leading things off and playing right field is Cam Blasky. Will Stengel is the third baseman. He'll bat second. Joel Gravine, the starting pitcher, bats third. Carson Thurs will play shortstop and bat fourth. Ty Teskey is the first baseman, batting fifth. Miles Walvogel, back after a couple of weeks out of the lineup, is playing center field, batting sixth. Alex Capitz is in left field, bats seventh. Keegan Cruzan is the designated hitter, batting 8th. Rowan Robbins, the catcher, bats 9th. And Parker Helke is the second baseman. He's been replaced in the batting order by the DH. Again for the Warriors, Cam Blasky, Will Stengel, Joe Gravine, Carson Thurs, Ty Teske, Miles Waldvogel, Alex Capitz, Keegan Cruzan, and Rowan Robbins. Head coach of Wausau West is John Albee. For Marshfield, leading off and playing shortstop, Jacob Sadowska. Jackson Zaleski will bat second and play catcher. Dylan Langhoff, the right fielder, bats third. Bryce Shoddy is in left field, bats fourth. Dayton Bugar is at first base, batting fifth. Jackson Wernberg is the center fielder, batting sixth. Brody Carl, the second baseman, hits seventh. Evan Calverley is at third base, hitting eighth. And John Will is the starting pitcher, and he is batting ninth. Head coach of the Marshfield Tigers is John Southworth. So we're ready to go. Cam Blasky will step in and lead things off for Wausau West. Right-handed batter against the right-handed thrower. John Will rocks, kicks, and deals. Fastball inside corner for strike one called. It was very sunny and very hot when I arrived a couple of hours ago, but clouds have now moved in. It feels a lot cooler now, but seeing some dark clouds off beyond the right field fence. Pitch is low and outside for ball one. Outfield defense for Marshfield. Bryce Shoddy is in left field. Jackson Wernberg starts in center. Dylan Langhoff is in right. We'll give you the infield defense for Marshfield in just a moment. One pitch. Ground ball, third base side. It's fair. Heading to first is Blasky, chased down in foul territory by Shoddy. Rounding first, heading to second, and sliding in with a double to start things off is Cam Blasky for the Warriors. Ground ball right down the third base line. Blasky, who had 3 base hits in the victory over Mosinee on Friday, gets the Warriors off to a good start. Up next will be Will Stengel, the Wausau West third baseman. See whether or not Coach John Albee plays some small ball early, try to get that runner to third with less than 2 outs. Into the stretch now is John Will. Here's the pitch. Fastball rises up and out of the strike zone for ball one. Jackson Zaleski, the catcher, going through his signs behind home plate for Marshfield. Will kicks and deals. Fastball outside corner for strike one called. Evan Calverley is at third base. Jacob Sadowska at shortstop. Brody Carl is the second baseman. Dayton Bugar at first. Zaleski the catcher. And John Will is the pitcher. 1 ball and 1 strike on Will Stengel. Swing and a miss. That's strike 2. Will Stengel on the season, 11 hits and 51 at-bats, 6 runs batted in, and a .216 batting average. Off of second base, Cam Blasky. Will takes a peek at the runner. Comes to the plate. Swing and a foul tip held on to by Zaleski, and that's strike 3. First out of the inning, and that will bring up the Wausau West pitcher here today, Joe Gravine. Gravine has been red hot recently. His average is up to .381, 24 hits and 63 at-bats. He has 1 home run and 17 runs batted in. He had a stretch of reaching base 9 consecutive plate appearances that was ended, but he reached base anyways. It was on an error in his last plate appearance on Friday against Mosinee. Hard breaking ball in there for strike 1 called. John Will in the Wisconsin Valley Conference, a 1-0 mark, a 1.97 earned run average, 10 2/3 innings pitched, 10 hits, 5 runs, 3 of which have been earned, 4 strikeouts, and 3 walks. Runner off second, no balls and 1 strike. Will sets at the belt, kicks, deals. Breaking ball misses low and outside for ball 1. Other games in the Wisconsin Valley Conference today. Wausau East is hosting DC Everest, and Wisconsin Rapids meeting Stevens Point. One. Line drive into center field for a base hit. Heading to third and getting waved around is Blasky. Here comes the throw. Here's the relay. It'll slide in safely. An RBI single for Joe Gravine. And the Warriors take a 1-0 lead. Up next for Wausau West is their cleanup hitter, Carson Thurs. Last time we saw Carson Thurs, he was drilling a baseball well over the left field fence on Friday in Mosinee. Has a .284 batting average on the season, 19 hits and 67 plate appearances, 1 home run and 16 runs batted in. So the Warriors off to a quick start, pick off, and back in standing up is Gravine. Another pickoff, and this time they got him. Played with fire once, got burnt the second time, and that is out number 2. So 2 outs, nobody on base now for Carson Thurs. Wind pushing in from the flagpole in right center field. There's a high pop-up. Behind home plate, taking a look is Zaleski, but that will be out of play. No balls and 1 strike. Thurs on Friday was both the winning pitcher and also had the big day at the plate. He had 2 hits, that home run, and 5 runs batted in. Oh, 1 pitch. Drops a little bit low on a fastball. Evens things up at 1-1. Should Thurs reach base, Ty Teske is in the on-deck circle and would hit next. 1-1. Fastball catches the top of the strike zone. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Right-handed batter waits. Out of the windup. Long look from Will, taking a little bit too long on that stare to his catcher for the taste of Carson Thurs. So Thurs requests and receives timeout. Ball and 2 strikes. Taking his time again, taking a deep breath, now ready to rock, kick and fire is John Will. Just fighting that one off. Just getting the head of the bat on it, following it back to the screen is Thurs. And we'll do it again at 1-2. Zaleski again will go through his signs. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Good breaking ball from Will. His second strikeout of the inning, and that will do it for the Warriors in the first. But Wausau West gets on the board. 1 run on a pair of base hits. There were no Marshfield errors, and nobody left on base. And a 1/2 inning here from Jack Hackman Field in Marshfield. It is Wausau West 1, Marshfield coming to the plate. This is Wausau West Warrior High School Baseball on Wausau Area Sports.
So, what's your boat? A boat for fishing, a boat for skiing, a pontoon boat for partying? Or are you thinking personal watercraft? Whatever floats fun for you, remember CCU. That's Clover Belt Credit Union, the leader in financing summer fun. Motorcycles, ATVs, campers, motorhomes, and convertibles too. Great rates, great service, great fun. Local lenders lending local money. Quick and easy loan approval. It's the way financing should be. Stop in and visit with a CCU lender today. CCU can set you up with great rate financing approval, so when you find your boat, you're ready to float. Summer's just too short not to enjoy every moment you can on the water, on the road, or off the road camping or ATVing. Stop in, call, or apply online at ccuwausau.com for your great rate. Whatever floats summer fun for you, remember CCU. That's Clover Belt Credit Union. We finance fun.
Chad Holmes back from Marshfield as we head to the bottom half of inning number 1. Warriors off to a good start. 1 run in the top of the first, and now Marshfield will come to the plate. Again, the Warriors and the Tigers will meet on Thursday over at Wausau West. Again, we'll have the game for you right here on Wausau Area Sports, starting with the pregame show at 4:45 and the first pitch set for 5 p.m. Again, that's coming up on Friday. I should say on Thursday, Warrior Baseball right here on Wausau Area Sports. On the hill for Wausau West today is Joe Gravine. He comes off an outstanding performance on Thursday against Wausau East. Went 6 2/3 shutout innings and earning the W. He actually came in relief in that one in the first inning from shortstop and just pitched outstanding baseball, allowing just 3 hits and no runs. Jackson Sadowska will step in first for the Marshfield Tigers. Hard ground ball towards short, backhanded by Thurs. He'll fire across on target in time for out number 1. 6-3 on the putout. 1 pitch and 1 out for the Tigers in the first. Up next is the catcher, Jackson Zaleski. Zaleski is a .324 batter in Wisconsin Valley Conference play this season, has 1 home run, has driven in 8. Right-handed batter. Joe Gravine kicks and deals. Good fastball on the inner portion for strike 1 called. We'll give you the Wausau West infield D and outfield D in just a moment. 0-1. Scoots past the catcher to the backstop. 1 ball, 1 strike. Alex Caput starting in left field. Miles Walvogel in center. Cam Blasky is in right for Wausau West. Will Stengel at third base. Carson Thurs is the shortstop. Parker Helke at second base. Ty Teske, the first baseman. Rowan Robbins, the catcher. And Joe Gravine is the starting pitcher. Fouled straight back to the screen, right in front of me and just to my left. And that is strike 2. Natural grass here at Jack Hackman Field. 385 feet to dead center field, 367 to the alleys, 320 feet down the left and right field line. So a big outfield here in Marshfield. Ball and 2 strikes. There's a high pop-up on the infield. Carson Thurs is under it, and he'll make the grab for out number 2. And that will bring up the number 3 hitter, right fielder Dylan Langhoff for Marshfield. Langhoff has a .410 batting average in Wisconsin Valley Conference play this season. No home runs and 9 runs batted in. Left-handed batter. Joe Gravine working out of the stretch in all circumstances. And there's a swing and a ground ball fair down the right field side. That is a base hit. Stopping at first base is Langhoff. So the first base hit and the first base runner for Marshfield. But getting over quickly was Cam Blasky in right field. Keeps him at first base with 2 outs. And now Bryce Shoddy, the left fielder and cleanup hitter, will step in for Marshfield. Another left-handed batter for the Tigers. Fouled straight back to the stream for strike 1. Bryce Shoddy, .303 batting average in Wisconsin Valley Conference play. No home runs, 7 RBIs. .303 average, but his on-base percentage, stout .442. Runner leads off first. Gravine's pitch. In at the knees for a called strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes. 1-0 Wausau West as we play the bottom half of the first inning. Taking a peek over is Gravine. Here's the pitch. Ground ball towards shortstop. Carson Thurs will pick. Throws across, and it's off target. Goes all the way to the backstop. Heading to third and stopping right there will be Langhoff. And into second on the play is Bryce Shoddy. They'll call that an infield single and then a throwing error. So now 2 runners in scoring position for the number 5 hitter, Dayton Bugar, the first baseman. Boogar 278 batting average, no home runs, and 10 runs batted in Wisconsin Valley Conference action. And the pitch, and there's a flare off to the first base side, out of play, strike one. One nothing Warriors, bottom of the first inning. Joe Gravine sets, kicks, deals. Check swing. They're going to appeal it, and the base umpire says, nope, did not go around. And the count evens up at 1-1. Right-handed batter, open stance, hands up high. 1-1. Off the outside corner, bounces off the mitt of Rowan Robbins, and the count goes to 2-1. Jackson Wernberg, the center fielder, would hit next for Marshfield. Another stare in from Joe Gravine. Setting the target is Rowan Robbins. 2-1. Up and out of the strike zone, and that's ball three. First base is open. But you still want to get the batter. Runners off third and second. 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Boy, by the time that Boogar swung the bat, the ball was in the mitt of Rowan Robbins. That was a tardy cut, and the count goes to 3 balls and 2 strikes. Now they're staring from the right-handed senior. And taking a little too much time for Dayton Boogar is Joe Gravine. So the Marshfield batter calls time. 2 hits in the top of the inning for the Warriors, 2 hits in the bottom of the frame for Marshfield. 1-0 Wausau West. Here's the payoff pitch. Followed it back to the screen is Boogar. We'll do it again at 3-2. John Will threw 15 pitches in the top of this inning. And right now, Joe Gravine has thrown 15 pitches at this point in the bottom of the inning. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners on second and third. Gravine has the sign, has the target. Again, the 3-2 pitch. Ground ball up the middle into center field for a base hit. 1 run is in. Bobbled in center field by Walvogel. There was not going to be a play either way. 2 runs come in and score. And Marshfield, a 2-out rally here in the first, has taken a 2-1 lead. '11th and 12th RBI in Wisconsin Valley Conference play this season for Dayton Boogar. He is at first base for the number 6 hitter and center fielder, Jackson Wernberg. Stepping off and now firing is Gravine. Wernberg, 308 hitter in Wisconsin Valley Conference play. He's only played in 7 of the games. 4 hits, 13 at-bats. No home runs and 1 run batted in. High pop-up, first base side, and that'll be on the, does not get to the top of the bleachers. It lands right into the metal seats to my right. And that's strike 1. So 0-1 on Wernberg. 2-1 Marshfield, bottom of the first inning. Boogar leads off first, being held by Ty Teske. Ground ball, third base side. It's a fair ball. Great stab, fired by Stengel, and not in time. Great play made at the hot corner by Will Stengel to keep it from going into the corner, but it will be an infield single for Jackson Wernberg. Put runners on first and second with 2 outs for second baseman Brody Carl. Brody Carl hitting .208 in conference play. 1 home run, 8 runs batted in. First pitch is low and outside for ball 1. Well, it started off like it was going to be an easy inning for Joe Gravane, but then single by Langhoff, infield single for Schade, 2 RBI single by Bugar, and now a single by Wernberg. Down low on a fastball, and that's ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes on Brody Carl. Junior right-handed hitter for Marshfield. Good fastball, pops into the mitt of Rowan Robbins for a called strike 1. Yeah, it was a lot of blue sky earlier, but now clouds have moved in. No rain at this point. It was not supposed to rain, so it better not rain. But we've seen it before where they said it was not supposed to rain, and all of a sudden the precipitation comes. Good fastball there from Joe Gravane. Battles back to even it at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runs in, 2 runners on base. Gravane fires. Ground ball to the left-hand side into left field for a base hit. Rounding third. And coming in to score will be Dayton Bugar. Another hit, 5 in a row for Marshfield, and it's now 3-1. Evan Calverley, third baseman, comes up next. Calverley settles in. Joe Gravane working out of the stretch. Peeks at the runner at second, deals. Foul tip at the plate, strike 1. Calverley has not had a lot of opportunity in the conference this season. 6 at-bats, no hits. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Runners off second and first. Gravane kicks and deals. There's a little pop-up towards second base near the bag. Just behind the bag, Parker Helke will make the grab for out number 3, and the inning comes to an end. But Marshfield sends 8 batters to the plate in the first. They score 3 runs on 5 base hits. There was 1 error and 2 runners left on base. End of 1. Marshfield 3, Wausau West 1. This is Wausau West High School Baseball on Wausau Area Sports.
Rocket Industrial's mission to package with less is a commitment to making a future that's better for the next generation. Their recommendations help manufacturers across the nation package with less material, less waste, less time, and with less cost. Their engineers and experts provide data-backed solutions that positively impact your bottom line. When you work with Rocket Industrial, you're working with a partner committed to making a difference. Rocket Industrial, package with less. Learn more at rocketindustrial.com.
The Weld Riley Law Firm of Wausau and attorney Matt Meyer is a supporter of high school sports coverage on Wausau Area Sports. Matt and the attorneys at Weld Riley have a wide range of practical knowledge and litigation experience, enabling their firm to offer an unparalleled breadth of services and depth of talent in Wisconsin. Matt can help you in finding a legal solution in civil litigation, family law, personal injury, and more. Contact Matt Meyer at Weld Riley Law Firm in Wausau. Thanks to Weld Riley and Matt Meyer for their support of high school sports coverage on Wausau Area Sports.
Number 12, Ty Teske.
Top of the second inning, Warriors coming to the plate, trailing Marshfield 3-1. Ty Teske will lead things off for West. John Will to the plate. Well, hit ball into right center field, coming in and making the running grab is Dylan Langhoff for out number 1. So, well hit ball by Teske, but good jump by Langhoff in right for out number 1. Welcome back, Miles Waldvogel. He's been out the last couple of weeks. Great to see him back and get some opportunities here in the final week of the regular season before the postseason. Playoffs begin a week from today. Foul tip at the plate, strike one. Miles Wallvogel, .268 batting average on the season. 15 hits, 51 at-bats, no home runs, and 8 runs batted in. Pitch is into the dirt, ball one. 1 ball and 1 strike. Warriors winners of 3 games in a row. They've won 4 of their last 5, improved the overall record at 9-14. Marshfield, as I mentioned earlier, just 3-9 in the month of May, 9-13 on the season. Pitch is down low for ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike. Wall pitched in the first game on April the 23rd in relief. He went the final 2/3 of an inning, got out of the inning with the Tigers still up 7-5, and then the rains came. Catches the outside corner at the knees, evens it up at 2-2. Again, that first meeting, the Warriors had a chance to rally. They got to tying run in scoring position in the bottom of the 6th, but could not score. Then the rains, and they wiped out the 7th inning. Swing, a foul tip, and not able to hold on was Jackson Zaleski. He is saying that he was trying to transfer the ball from his glove to his hand, that he had control of the tip, and now the umpires are going to get together. That would be quick. I will say quick. On a foul tip, I would think you'd want to make sure that you hold on to the ball a little longer than that, but we'll see what the umpires have to say. Foul ball. It was a close call because I did see that throwing hand kind of reach for it, but boy, again, you have to make sure that the umpire sees it in your mitt, in control, for a foul tip to be a 3rd strike. There's a foul tip, I should say a check swing foul ball over the first base dugout. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's Will and the pitch. There's a ground ball to the second baseman. Oh, and it goes through Brody Carl into short right field, and that will be an error. So the Warriors have a base runner with 1 out in the 2nd inning. And Alex Capitz, the Wausau West left fielder, will step in. Capitz, 9 hits and 33 at-bats, .273 batting average, no home runs, and 5 runs batted in. Here's the pitch. Fastball gets the top of the zone on the inside corner for strike 1 called. 3-1 Marshfield, top half of inning number 2. Pickoff move and diving back in safely is Miles Waldvogel. Little flinch by the home plate umpire, but the arm does not go up, and the count evens up at 1-1. From behind home plate, my judgment is, on a pickoff move, is that we have an umpire that's going to call the close pitches a strike. I think the hitters need to realize that. The pitchers need to realize that. And now time is called as readjusting the shoelaces on the left spike is Miles Wallvogel. But again, if you're going to take a close pitch with 2 strikes, you're taking a chance, I think, this afternoon. And, of course, I mean, what you want is consistency from the umpires. And right now it just looks like the strike zone is maybe a little wider than maybe the average. 1-1. Runner on the move. Pitch taken up high. Throw down to second. And in under the tag is Miles Wallvogel with the stolen base. If that throw is a tad lower, I think he's out. But that little bit of the time it took for Brody Carl to bring down the tag was just enough for the hand of Miles Wallvogel to get to the bag first. So now 2 balls, 1 strike, runner on second, and 1 out for the Warriors. Will's pitch, and there's a pitch on the outer portion for a called strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Long look in from John Will. Sets below the belt. 1 look at the runner, now to the plate. Swing and a miss on the high fastball. Strikeout number 3 for Will, and the second out of the inning. Up next for Wausau West, the designated hitter, Keegan Cruzan. Keegan Cruzan, 9 hits and 40 at-bats, .225 batting average, no home runs, and 6 runs batted in. Looking for the 2-out RBI hit. Fastball in there for strike 1 called. Good velocity early on from John Will. Will is only a freshman, so obviously he's somebody that Marshfield will be leaning on for a few more years. Another good fastball pops into the mid of his catcher for strike 2 called. As I said, again, today you're going to have to be up there looking to swing the bat. Runner leads off second. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, strike 3, and that will do it for the Warriors in the second inning. No runs, no hits, 1 error, 1 runner left on base for Wausau West in the second. End of an inning and a half here from Jack Hackman Field in Marshfield. It is Marshfield 3, Wausau West 1. This is Wausau West Warrior High School Baseball on Wausau Area Sports.
Wausau Area Sports is more than play-by-play broadcasts on our YouTube channel. Go to wausauareasports.com for the latest news and information involving our high school sports teams, including Wausau West, Newman Catholic, DC Everest, Wausau East, Marathon, Mosinee, and more. It's all at wausauareasports.com. Also, you can contact us there. If you have story ideas or questions, just go to wausauareasports.com and to the contact section. Also, follow us on Facebook and Instagram for the latest information on where we are and what we're covering. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel as well so you miss none of the action. Wausau Area Sports on YouTube, at wausauareasports.com, on Facebook and Instagram. The Wausau area's newest source for information and play-by-play of high school sports. Wausau Area Sports.
John Will lead things off for Marshfield in the bottom of the second, with Marshfield leading the Warriors by a score of 3-1. 9, 1, and 2 hitters for the Tigers. Swing and a miss. Good fastball from Gravine for strike 1. John Will, a .313 batter in conference play this season. There's a liner fouled on the first base side for strike 2. Wausau West softball team is in action today in the playoffs, Division 1 regional semifinal. Warriors trail DC Everest 3-0 in the bottom of the second inning. Mara Meverton had a home run in the first for DCE. Oh, 2 pitch. In there for strike 3 called. Again, the close pitches are going with the pitchers here today. So back to the top of the order now for Marshfield. Jacob Sadowska.
Now batting for the Tigers, number 3, Jake Sadowski.
There's a line drive right past the pitcher into center field for a base hit. So a 1-out single for Sadowska. He is now 1 for 2. And Jackson Zaleski, the catcher, will step in.
Sadowski singles up the middle, bringing up number 5,
Zaleski popped up his first time up to the shortstop. Pickoff move and back in safely is Sadowska. Right-handed batter against the right-handed thrower. Here's the pitch, and there's a cut and a fly ball center field. Under it is Miles Waldvogel, and he'll squeeze for out number 2. So 2 outs, runner on first for Dylan Langhoff. Dylan Langhoff started that rally for the Tigers in the first. 2 outs, nobody on base. He would single, ultimately come around and score a run. Out of the stretch. Here's the pitch. Get a little flinch from the umpire, but the arm does not go up, and that's ball 1. Runner a fairly short lead at first base. There he goes, though, and there's a fly ball down the left field line. It's going to curl and drop into foul territory. Ball and a strike. Left-handed batter here for the Tigers. Another pickoff move, and back in safely is the runner. Some other softball playoff scores going on today. Newman Catholic is at Niagara in a Division V game. Top of the 4th inning, Newman and Niagara are tied at 1 apiece. There's a foul back for strike 2. Wausau East is in a Division I playoff, and they are trailing Ashwaubenon 6-0 in the bottom of the 4th. The winner of that game will take on the winner of the West Everest game on Thursday in a regional final. Runner off of first. There he goes. There's a little roller, left-hand side, charging. Will Stengel. He'll fire across, and in time. Good play made by Stengel, and the inning comes to an end. For Marshfield in the second, no runs on 1 base hit. There were no errors and 1 runner left on base. End of 2. It is Marshfield 3, Wausau West 1. This is Wausau West Warrior High School Baseball on Wausau Area Sports.
Thanks to the Wausau West Athletic Department for their support of our coverage of Wausau West High School sports on Wausau Area Sports. Thanks for watching on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel, but we'd like to see you out and about supporting Wausau West student athletes in action. To see a listing of upcoming events at Wausau West High School, go to WisconsinValleyConference.org and click on Wausau West. That's WisconsinValleyConference.org and click on Wausau West. Thanks to the Wausau West Athletic Department for their support of our coverage on Wausau Area Sports.
Alcoholics Anonymous. We're here to help.
We're about to start the meeting. Welcome to anyone new.
For more information, visit aa.org and
And Wausau West at the plate in the top of the 3rd inning, trailing Marshfield by a score of 3-1. Rowan Robbins leading things off for Wausau West. 9 1-2 hitters for the Warriors. John Will rocks, kicks, and deals. And there's a high fly ball. Almost in his tracks in center field is Jackson Wernberg. And he'll make the grab for out number 1. Back to the top of the order, and Cam Blasky. Blasky led off the game with a double, came around to score the only Wausau West run. Here's a fastball in there for strike one called. Oh, 1 pitch. Breaker, and it's on the inside corner at the knees for a called strike two. Very impressive freshman. Throws the ball exceptionally well. Does not just settle with the fastball. He also throws a very good breaking pitch as well. 0-2. Chopper towards shortstop. Sadowska. He'll pick. He'll fire across on target in time for out number 2. 6-3 on the putout. And that will bring up Wausau West third baseman and number 2 hitter, Will Stengel. Stengel is 0 for 1. He was a strikeout victim in the first. Breaking ball misses down low for ball 1. Well, it's got dark enough apparently that they decided to turn on the lights here at Jack Hackman Field. 1-0. Fastball pops into the middle of the catcher again. Good velocity. In at the bottom of the zone for strike 1. Here's the rock, the kick, and the pitch. That will bounce in there for ball 2. Oh, I felt a raindrop. Oh, boy. 2 balls, 1 strike. And there's a fly ball right center field. Coming in hard and not able to get there was Jackson Wernberg. And that will be a base hit. So a 2-out single for Will Stengel. And that will keep the inning alive for Joe Gravine. Pitch is in there. Another hard off-speed pitch. Strike 1 called. That was the third base hit of the game for Wausau West. Out of the stretch, kick and the pitch. Hangs up and in, evens things up at 1 ball and 1 strike. 3-1, pick off, and diving back in safely head first to Stengel. But top half of inning number 3, 3-1 lead for Marshfield. If you joined us late, Marshfield scored 3 times in the bottom of the first after the Warriors had scored once in the top of the inning. There's a cut, and it's fouled back over the screen and out of play. And the count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Runner leads off first. Here's the pitch. Just getting a piece of it. Staying alive is Joe Gravine. At 1 ball and 2 strikes. Pickoff move, and diving back in safely again is Will Stengel. Setting below the belt is John Will. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Another good hard off-speed pitch. Going down swinging is Gravine, and that will do it for the Warriors in the third. That is the 5th strikeout of the game for John Will. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on base for Wausau West in the third inning. End of 2.5. It is Wausau West trailing Marshfield by a score of 3-1. This is Wausau West Warrior High School Baseball on Wausau Area Sports.
thanks to the Wausau West Baseball Diamond Club for their support of our broadcast of Warrior Baseball on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel. Community support through the Diamond Club is crucial for our student athletes. All race funds directly benefit the program. The Diamond Club offers several advertising opportunities for local businesses and organizations to gain visibility while contributing to high school sports. For more information, go to WausauWestBaseball.com and click on Diamond Club. Thanks again to the Wausau West Diamond Club for helping bring Wausau West Warrior Baseball to you on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel.
Bryce Schade leading things off for Marshfield, and he'll swing at the first pitch and drill it into right center field. Long run, a dive, and able to get there and make the grab is Miles Waldvogel. Outstanding play made by Miles Waldvogel in right center field on the first pitch of the inning to take away extra bases from Schade. Dayton Bugar will next step in for Marshfield. Apologize for missing that catch because with this rainfall, I'm trying to cover up as much of my equipment as possible. As now the wind is kicking up as well. It has that feeling of things could open up rather quickly. Bugar had a 2 RBI single his first time up. Hard ground ball, diving attempt at short, but not able to get there with Thurs. And that is a second hit of the game for Bugar. So runner on first, 1 out for the Marshfield center fielder, Jackson Wernberg. Right-handed batter. In the stretch in all circumstances is Joe Grivane. His pitch. Inside corner for strike 1 called. No balls and 1 strike. Runner takes a short lead off at first. Swing and a miss. And that's strike 2. Right now, light rain falling here in Marshfield. Time is called. Hopefully there's no energy in any of these clouds that are hovering around here in Marshfield. Again, runner takes his lead. There's a looper towards short. Picked up there, flipped to second, on to first, and oh, they called him safe. I thought they got him, but mine does not count. There are 2 outs in the inning. That will be a fielder's choice. And Brody Carl will come to the plate. Yeah, some of this wind is starting to really kick up. But at least the rain has just stayed very light at this point. Here's the pitch. That'll be fouled off to the first base side into the screen for strike 1. Pickoff move. Oh, and the throw gets away. Rolls all the way down. Heading towards second. Turning and staying right there. So an error on the pickoff attempt puts Jackson Wernberg in scoring position at second base. Three to 1 Marshfield as we play the bottom half of inning number 3. No balls and 1 strike. Brody Carl. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Some good giddy up on that fastball from Joe Gravine. Carl not able to catch up, and it's 0-2. 42 pitches thrown at this point by Joe Gravine. Pitch is up and out of the strike zone. Taken for ball 1. Rowan Robbins putting down the fingers. He'll set the target. Runner off second. Here's the pitch. Ground ball pulled foul down the third base side. Quick note, don't forget, coming up on Saturday, 3 p.m., it is the Wausau West High School graduation ceremony. And we will stream it live on our Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel. So again, if you're not at the ceremony itself, or if you're there and you want to see the ceremony afterwards, it will be both live on our YouTube page, and also it'll be there afterwards as well. So again, join us Saturday just before 3 p.m. for the Wausau West High School graduation ceremony here on Wausau Area Sports. Pitch misses low and outside. Count evens at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner leads off second base. Gravine peeks back at the runner. Kicks, deals. Misses on a fastball off the outside corner, and the count runs full, 3-2. Evan Kelverly would hit next. Another long stare in from the right-hander. The payoff pitch. There's a fly ball well hit towards right field, but coming over is Cam Blascape, and he'll make the call and make the grab, and the inning comes to an end. For the Marshfield Tigers in inning number 3, no runs on 1 base hit. There was an error and 1 runner left on base. End of 3. It is Marshfield 3, Wausau West 1. This is Wausau West Warrior High School Baseball on Wausau Area Sports and on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel.
The Weld Riley Law Firm of Wausau and attorney Matt Meyer is a supporter of high school sports coverage on Wausau Area Sports. Matt and the attorneys at Weld Riley have a wide range of practical knowledge and litigation experience, enabling their firm to offer an unparalleled breadth of services and depth of talent in Wisconsin. Matt can help you in finding a legal solution in civil litigation, family law, personal injury, and more. Contact Matt Meyer at Weld Riley Law Firm in Wausau. Thanks to Weld Riley and Matt Meyer for their support of high school sports coverage on Wausau Area Sports.
Rocket Industrial's mission to package with less is a commitment to making a future that's better for the next generation. Their recommendations help manufacturers across the nation package with less material, less waste, less time, and with less cost. Their engineers and experts provide data-backed solutions that positively impact your bottom line. When you work with Rocket Industrial, you're working with a partner committed to making a difference. Rocket Industrial, package with less. Learn more at rocketindustrial.com.
Carson Thurs leads off the Warrior 4th inning as West trails by a score of 3-1. John Will, freshman right-hander, rocks, kicks, and fires. Check swing. And the first place umpire on the appeal says that Carson Thurs did go around. 0-1. Will again looks in. 0-1 pitch. Misses low and outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Warriors scored in the top of the first, have not scored since then. Trail 3-1. Fastball on the outside corner, taken for strike 2. Will throws a lot of strikes. Has been working ahead. He has 5 strikeouts in the first 3 innings. That one is down into the dirt. Even things up at 2-2. Tyteski on deck. He'll hit next for Wausau West. Again, very light rain. Just a few drops intermittently right now, which is the good news. 2-2. And there's a fly ball well hit in the right center field, but it's a curl right to the right fielder, Dylan Langhoff, and he will squeeze for out number 1. So a pretty well hit ball, but it was almost like it was drawn to the right fielder, Langhoff, for the first out of the inning.
With one out, batter is number 12, Tyteski.
Tyteski now steps in. Left-handed batter. Here's the rock, the kick, and the pitch. Misses low and inside for ball 1. Tyteski hit the ball well his first time up, but flew out to right field and Langhoff. Out of the windup. The freshman rocks, kicks, deals. There's a chopper first base side. It will be fair. Bounces off the mitt, and there'll be nobody at the bag. Boogar had it bounce off his mitt. He did gain control, but nobody broke. That is not good play. I'm sure the freshman pitcher is going to hear about that one because you still have to cover the bag in case something like that happens. So it will be an error on the first baseman. So a runner on first. 1 out for Miles Waldvogel. Waldvogel reached on an error his first time up. Here's the pitch. Up and out of the strike zone for ball 1. 54 pitches so far for John Will through 3 1/3. 47 pitches for Joel Gravine through 3. One-0. Fastball off the outside corner. Ball 2. Have not seen a lot of these. Good hitters counts. 2 balls and no strikes. Runner leads off first. Setting at the belt is Will. Kicks, fires. Up and out of the zone on a fastball. And the count is 3-0. Well, Warriors trying to get something going here in the top of the 4th. Down by 2. The 3-0 pitch. Misses for ball 4. A 4-pitch walk to Miles Waldvogel. Tying run now on base for Wausau West. That is the first walk issued by John Will. Alex Capitz will now come to the plate for the Warriors. Hands up high near the right ear hole as Capitz waits. There's a swing and a foul ball. Strike 1. 1 run on 3 base hits, 3 errors for Wausau West, 3 runs on 7 base hits, 2 errors for the Marshfield Tigers. Runners off second and first. Will to the plate. Swinging at one, it appeared a little bit of a late cut out of the strike zone by Capitz, and it's 0-2. In the softball playoff between Wausau West and DC Everest, Everest now leads 5-0 in the top of the 4th inning. So Warriors have some work to do to try to keep their season alive over at DCE. Again, Evergreens 5, Warriors 0. Top half of the 4th inning, a WIAA Division I softball regional semifinal. Runners off second and first. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Strike 3 called on a fastball at the top of the zone on the outside corner. Strikeout number 6 for John Will. 2 outs, first and second now for Keegan Cruzan. All right, looking for the 2-out RBI hit will be Keegan Cruzan and the Warriors. There's a ground ball towards third base. Calvary will pick. He'll fire across in time to end the inning. 5-3 on the putout for Wausau West in the top of the fourth. No runs, no hits. There was an error, and 2 runners left on base. We are halfway through, middle half of the fourth inning here from Jack Hackman Field in Marshfield. It is the Marshfield Tigers leading over the Wausau West Warriors by a score of 3-1. This is Wausau West Warrior High School Baseball on Wausau Area Sports.
So, what's your boat? A boat for fishing, a boat for skiing, a pontoon boat for partying? Or are you thinking personal watercraft? Whatever floats fun for you, remember CCU. That's Clover Belt Credit Union, the leader in financing summer fun. Motorcycles, ATVs, campers, motorhomes, and convertibles too. Great rates, great service, great fun. Local lenders lending local money. Quick and easy loan approval. It's the way financing should be. Stop in and visit with a CCU lender today. CCU can set you up with great rate financing approval, so when you find your boat, you're ready to float. Summer's just too short not to enjoy every moment you can on the water, on the road, or off the road camping or ATVing. Stop in, call, or apply online at ccuwausau.com for your great rate. Whatever floats summer fun for you, remember CCU. That's Clover Belt Credit Union. We finance fun.
Bottom half of inning number 4, Marshfield coming to the plate, leading over Wausau West by a score of 3-1. Evan Calverley will lead things off against Joe Gravine. First pitch, swing and a miss. Throwing it right past the right-handed batter was Joe Gravine. Strike 1. Gravine has gone the distance. That will bounce in there. One ball and 1 strike. Again, the Wausau West defense in the outfield. Alex Capitz in left field. Miles Wallvogel in center. Cam Blasky in right. Will Stengel is at third base. Carson Thurs at shortstop. Parker Helke is the second baseman. Ty Teske at first. Rowan Robbins is the catcher. 1-1 pitch. There's a flare off to the right field side, out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Stare right into Rowan Robbins for the sign, and the target is Joe Gravine. And the pitch. Ground ball towards second base, and it's in the hole between first and second into right field for a base hit. C&I single there to lead things off for Marshfield in the bottom of the fourth from Evan Calverley. And that will bring up the pitcher, John Will. John Will is 0 for 1. He struck out looking his first time up. He looks to bunt, and a pitch will be taken outside for ball 1. That was the 8th base hit of the game for Marshfield. Pickoff move, and Calverley is back in, head first. Again, these teams will meet on Thursday at Wausau West, same time. 5 o'clock first pitch, 4:45 airtime right here on Wausau Area Sports. Pitch is down low for ball 2. Well, it's a case where if the hitter is looking to give himself up, you got to throw strikes. Make him bunt the ball. Bunt is off. There's a ground ball into left field for a base hit. So taking the bunt off was Marshfield, and hitting a grounder in the hole between third and short was John Will. Back-to-back singles by the bottom of the order for Marshfield. First and second, nobody out for Jacob Sadowska. We'll get a courtesy runner for the pitcher. As coming in to do the running for Marshfield is number 21, Wes Nowitzki. Sadowska is 1 for 2. He's grounded out and singled. Well, big situation right now. 2-run game, 3-1. Marshfield with the lead. Warriors, if you're Wausau West, you don't want to see the Tigers stretch this one out anymore. Pitch is on the outside corner for strike 1 called. No balls and 1 strike. 55 pitches have been thrown by Joe Gravine, so still plenty under the 100 pitch limit that WIAA rules indicate. There's a high pop-up left field side. Alex Kapitz is under it, and he'll make the grab for out number 1. So Sadowska not able to get the runners over. First and second, 1 out for Jackson Zaleski. He is popped up to the shortstop and flown out to center field. So Joe Gravine will try to work out of this trouble spot in the bottom of the 4th. In there at the top of the zone for strike 1 called. Still some good pop on those pitches from Joe Gravine. Oh, 1. Misses up high, evens things up at a ball and a strike. Runners off second and first. Here's the pitch. Low and outside, and now it's 2 balls and 1 strike. 3-1 Marshfield. We play the bottom half of the 4th inning. Glad you could be with us here this afternoon on Wausau Area Sports. There's a ground ball towards short. Thirds. He'll underhand to second for 1. On to first, stretching and getting there is Ty Teske for the 6-4-3 double play, and the inning comes to an end. So a good stretch by Teske to hold the bag, and the Warriors do get out of that jam, that mini jam, in the top of the 4th. First 2 batters reach base on singles, and then Gravine works out of it. For Marshfield, no runs, 2 base hits. No errors, and 1 runner left on base. End of 4 remains Marshfield 3, Wausau West 1. This is Warrior Baseball on Wausau Area Sports.
Wausau Area Sports is more than play-by-play broadcasts on our YouTube channel. Go to wausauareasports.com for the latest news and information involving our high school sports teams, including Wausau West, Newman Catholic, DC Everest, Wausau East, Marathon, Mosinee, and more. It's all at wausauareasports.com. Also, you can contact us there. If you have story ideas or questions, just go to wausauareasports.com and to the contact section. Also, follow us on Facebook and Instagram for the latest information on where we are and what we're covering. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel as well so you miss none of the action. Wausau Area Sports on YouTube, at wausauareasports.com, on Facebook and Instagram. The Wausau area's newest source for information and play-by-play of high school sports. Wausau Area Sports.
Top half of the 5th, Warriors coming to the plate, trailing the Marshfield Tigers by a score of 3-1. Rowan Robbins will lead things off, followed by the top of the order, Cam Blasky and Will Stengel, against Marshfield starter John Will. Rowan Robbins flew out to center field his first time up. There's a high pop out of play on the first base side into the metal bleachers to my right. 0-1. Right-handed batter waits. Hands up high near the right ear hole. Pitch bounces in there. Evens it up at 1-1. 63 pitches have been thrown by John Will at this point. So, again, he's still got some maneuverability under the 100-pitch limit. Rain coming down again. A little bit harder. Here's the rock, the kick, and the pitch. Ground ball right back to the pitcher. Grab by Will. He'll flip the first in time. 1-3 on the putout for out number 1.
Grounds up to the pitcher, bringing up number 14, Cameron Blasky.
That will bring up Cam Blasky, the number 1 hitter in the Wausau West batting order. Blasky doubled and scored in the first and then grounded a shortstop in the third. Wausau West has been held to 3 hits, 2 of which came in the first inning. Pitch is low and outside for ball 1. Again, this freshman pitcher, John Will, has been very good. In fact, he's been good for Marshfield throughout the course of this season. So, again, to see a freshman out there in a conference game in the first game of a series is something you don't see that often. And there's a fastball in at the knees, outer portion for strike 1 called. 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's a fly ball, right field side. That's going to curl out of play. And that'll be strike 2. Cam Blasky had 3 hits on Friday. He was our post-game guest as well in the win over Mosinee. 14-6 on Friday, the Warriors' 3rd consecutive victory. John Will rocks, kicks, and deals. Up and out of the strike zone. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two. Fastball outside corner for strike 3 called. Strikeout number 7 for John Will. And now Will Stengel, who has 1 of the hits for the Warriors. He singled his last time up in the 3rd. There's a foul tip held on to by the catcher Zaleski. Strike 1. Wausau West softball team continues to trail DC Everest 5-0, top of the 5th inning in that Division I regional semifinal. There's a fly ball. Left field, hard charge, but not able to get there is the left fielder, Bryce Shoddy. Going out hard was the shortstop, Sadowska. Neither could get there. So it's a bloop single to left for Will Stengel, his 2nd hit of the game. Keeps the inning alive for the Warriors and Joe Gravine. Joe Gravine, representing the potential tying run, will step in. And, of course, we saw that he has the power to get one out of here. He hit a home run just a couple of weeks ago. Not going to be easy here in Marshfield. Again, pretty sturdy numbers on the fences here at Hackman Field as that fastball misses inside for ball 1. 385 feet to dead center, 367 to the alleys. 320 down the left and right field lines. 1 ball, no strikes. Fastball, and again, those pitches are being called strikes today. And again, it's been very consistent. Hitters cannot, again, in that situation, you don't want to be cutting it, but in a 2-strike situation, you got to be aware. Stepping off is Will. 1 run, 4 hits, 3 errors for West. 3 runs, 9 hits, 2 errors for Marshfield. 1-1. There's a pop-up behind home plate. Coming over, but not able to get there, is Zaleski, and it'll be a foul ball. So the Warriors trying to get something going with 2 outs. In fact, all 3 of the runs that Marshfield had back in the first came with 2 outs and nobody on base. After the first 2 batters were retired in that inning, Marshfield would have 5 consecutive hits and score 3 runs, take a 3-1 lead, and that has been the score ever since. 3-1 Marshfield, top of the 5th inning. Runner off first. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and the pitch. Again, strike 3 called on the outside corner, and the Wausau West inning comes to an end. So, no runs on 1 base hit. There were no Marshfield errors and 1 runner left on base. End of 4.5. Remains Marshfield 3, Wausau West 1. This is Warrior Baseball on Wausau Area Sports.
Thanks to the Wausau West Athletic Department for their support of our coverage of Wausau West High School sports on Wausau Area Sports. Thanks for watching on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel, but we'd like to see you out and about supporting Wausau West student athletes in action. To see a listing of upcoming events at Wausau West High School, go to WisconsinValleyConference.org and click on Wausau West. That's WisconsinValleyConference.org and click on Wausau West. Thanks to the Wausau West Athletic Department for their support of our coverage on Wausau Area Sports. Thanks to the Wausau West Baseball Diamond Club for their support of our broadcast of Warrior Baseball on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel. Community support through the Diamond Club is crucial for our student athletes. All race funds directly benefit the program. The Diamond Club offers several advertising opportunities for local businesses and organizations to gain visibility while contributing to high school sports. For more information, go to WausauWestBaseball.com and click on Diamond Club. Thanks again to the Wausau West Diamond Club for helping bring Wausau West Warrior Baseball to you on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel.
Bottom half of the 5th inning, Marshfield coming to the plate, leading over the Warriors by a score of 3-1. Leading things off for Marshfield will be their number 3 hitter, right fielder Dylan Langhoff. Then Bryce Shoddy and Dayton Bugar against Warrior pitcher Joe Gravane. Pitch is off the outside corner for ball 1. It's been 3-1 since back in the first. Still very much a game here in this Wisconsin Valley Conference matchup between the Warriors and the Tigers. Here's a ground ball, first base side, grabbed there by Ty Teske. He'll go to the bag, 3 unassisted for out number 1. Apologize with our angles here, right up against the fence, that things get all fuzzy on some of those quick turns towards first base. But 3 unassisted for out number 1. Bryce Shoddy, who is 1 for 2, will now step in. Pitch is up in the strike zone for strike 1 called. No balls and 1 strike. Way up high, and that one will bounce off the mitt of Rowan Robbins to the backstop. Even things up at 1 ball and 1 strike. One. Drops a little bit low, and that's ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike on Bryce Shoddy. Senior, left-handed batter. There's a hard liner into right field for a base hit. So Shoddy with his 2nd hit of the game. And that will bring up the number 5 hitter in the Marshfield order, Dayton Bugar. Bugar had a 2 RBI single in the first and then added another single in the third. 2 for 2. Pitch is in there, strike 1 called. 10 base hits for the Tigers, but Gravine has done a good job of scattering them since that first inning. There's a pop over the backstop and out of play, and that makes it no balls and 2 strikes. So good situation for the senior right-hander as Gravine will look in for the sign. Up and in, bounces off the mitt, runner will break, and in to second base will be Shoddy. In case you missed it, the playoff seedings were announced on Sunday. Wausau West, number 13 seed in their sectional bracket. They will travel to River Falls next Tuesday for a Division I regional semifinal. Marshfield, number 10 seed in the same bracket, will be at Menominee. And there's a fly ball right field. Coming in hard, making the call and making the grab is Cam Blasky for out number 2. So runner on first, 2 outs for Jackson Wernberg. Wernberg singled in the first, hit into a fielder's choice in the third. 1 for 2. Runner leads off second. Here's the pitch. Fastball, outside corner at the belt for strike 1 called. Trying to strand a runner in scoring position right now is Joe Gravine. Pitch is a little bit up, taken for a ball. Leading off second is Bryce Shoddy. Target has been set by Robbins. Here's the pitch. It hit him. Just grazed the batter. So dropping the bat, heading to first base is Jackson Wernberg. So first and second, 2 outs for Brody Carl. We'll get time as going to the mound to have a visit with his pitcher is Rowan Robbins. Another big situation right now in this game. Warriors want to keep it at a 2-run disadvantage when they get to bat in the 6th. Pitch is up and in on a fastball. Ball 1. Runners off second and first. Long look from Joe Gravine. Sets just above the belt, kicks and deals. And that'll be a defensive cut to serving it down the first base line. Foul for strike 1. Warriors looking to extend a 3-game win streak here today. Swing and a miss. And that's strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Digging in is Gravine. He's up to 76 pitches. Another strong outing for the senior. Has the sign, has the target. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And a couple more runners stranded for the Marshfield Tigers. No runs. 1 base hit. No errors and 2 runners left on base for Marshfield in the 5th inning. And to 5. Marshfield 3, Wausau West 1. This is Warrior Baseball on Wausau Area Sports.
The Weld Riley Law Firm of Wausau and attorney Matt Meyer is a supporter of high school sports coverage on Wausau Area Sports. Matt and the attorneys at Weld Riley have a wide range of practical knowledge and litigation experience, enabling their firm to offer an unparalleled breadth of services and depth of talent in Wisconsin. Matt can help you in finding a legal solution in civil litigation, family law, personal injury, and more. Contact Matt Meyer at Weld Riley Law Firm in Wausau. Thanks to Weld Riley and Matt Meyer for their support of high school sports coverage on Wausau Area Sports.
Rocket Industrial's mission to package with less is a commitment to making a future that's better for the next generation. Their recommendations help manufacturers across the nation package with less material, less waste, less time, and with less cost. Their engineers and experts provide data-backed solutions that positively impact your bottom line. When you work with Rocket Industrial, you're working with a partner committed to making a difference. Rocket Industrial, package with less. Learn more at rocketindustrial.com.
Carson Thurs will lead things off here for Wausau West in the top of the 6th inning. Warriors trail 3-1. Foul tip at the plate for strike one. John Will still on the hill for Marshfield. It is the 4, 5, and 6 hitters in the Wausau West order here in the top of the 6th inning. The freshman's ready. Here's the rock, the kick, and the pitch. Good hard breaking ball that's in there for strike two called. Boy, Will again has been very sharp here today for Marshfield. 0-2 pitch. Again, it's been a wide zone. Again, consistently wide, but again, some of those pitches that normally you think, oh, not even close. You almost wait for the arm to go up. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Check swing, but staying alive is Carson Thurs. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Thurs is 0 for 2 today. He struck out and flown out to right. Again, the right-hander, the freshman is ready. Rocks, kicks, fires. Just off the inside corner, taken for ball 1. Actually, say for ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's a flare again off towards the parking lot down the right field side. And we'll do it again at 2-2. 1 run, 4 hits, 3 errors for West. 3 runs, 10 hits, 2 errors for Marshfield. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and the fire. Ground ball towards shortstop, Sadowska. He'll pick, he'll fire across in time, and that will be out number 1. 6-3 on the putout. And now Ty Teske will step in. Somehow it feels like it's been a bigger lead, to be honest with you. It's been where the Warriors have not really threatened in recent innings. But it's only a 2-run game, 3-1. And there's a high pop-up on the infield. Sadowska, the shortstop, will make the call, and he'll make the grab for out number 2. And that will bring up the Wausau West center fielder, Miles Waldvogel. He has reached on an error and also walked.
Now batting number 13, Miles Wausau.
Will's pitch. Fastball misses off the outside corner for ball 1. One ball, no strikes. There's a cut that followed straight back to the screen, makes it 1-1. Don't forget, if you have not already done so, please hit that subscribe button on our YouTube channel. Make sure you miss none of the action of our high school sports coverage here on Wausau Area Sports. Good breaking ball again. Boy, there's some real bites. Very hard breaking ball from John Will, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. The freshman's ready. Here's the rock, the kick, and the pitch. Fastball misses away, evens things up at 2-2. Should Miles Waldvogel keep this inning alive for the Warriors, Alex Capitz would come up next, representing the tying run. 2-2. Line drive pulled foul down the third base line. We'll do it again at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 88 pitches now for John Will. He is getting close to the 100 pitch limit. Again, once you reach 100, you can finish the batter. 2-2. There's a fly ball center field. Coming in a few strides is Wernberg, and he'll make the grab for out number 3. 3 up and 3 down for the Warriors in the top of the 6th. No runs, no errors, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. And a 5.5 remains. Marshfield 3, Wausau West 1. This is Wausau West Warrior High School Baseball on Wausau Area Sports.
So, what's your boat? A boat for fishing, a boat for skiing, a pontoon boat for partying? Or are you thinking personal watercraft? Whatever floats fun for you, remember CCU. That's Clover Belt Credit Union, the leader in financing summer fun. Motorcycles, ATVs, campers, motorhomes, and convertibles too. Great rates, great service, great fun. Local lenders lending local money. Quick and easy loan approval. It's the way financing should be. Stop in and visit with a CCU lender today. CCU can set you up with great rate financing approval, so when you find your boat, you're ready to float. Summer's just too short not to enjoy every moment you can on the water, on the road, or off the road camping or ATVing. Stop in, call, or apply online at ccuwausau.com for your great rate. Whatever floats summer fun for you, remember CCU. That's Clover Belt Credit Union. We finance fun.
Bottom half of inning number 6. Marshfield coming to the plate, holding on to a 3-1 lead over the Warriors. There's a swing and a fall back off the bat of Evan Calverley. Strike 1. In high school softball, Newman Catholic advances in their Division 5 regional game. They win in Niagara today by a score of 4-2. Ground ball right in the hole between third and short into left field for a base hit.
Charlie Signals bringing up number 1, John Will.
And now John will step in. He squares the bunt. Pitch is taken on the outside corner for strike 1 called. The 11th base hit of the game for Marshfield. Again, they've had lots of hits, but have not really taken great advantage as that pitch is fouled over the backstop on the bunt attempt. Runner on first takes his lead. No balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. So that is the first out of the inning. That is the 3rd strikeout of the game for Joe Gravine. Top of the order now, and Jacob Sadowska for Marshfield. First pitch is in there for strike 1 called. Out of the stretch. Gravine kicks and fires. That'll be fouled off down the left field line. Left-handed batter waits. Gravine. 0-2 pitch. Fouled off. Fighting that one off just to stay alive is Jacob Sadowska. Gravine's ready. Kicks and deals. There's a liner towards left. Long run, and getting there to make the grab in left field was Alex Capitz for out number 2. Off the bat, that looked like trouble, but a good jump and making it look rather easy was Capitz for the second out of the inning. That will leave it up to Jackson Zaleski. Pitch is down into the dirt for ball 1. Boy, Gravine has battled here. It's not been a lot of easy innings. He's had a lot of guys on base, but boy, when he's needed to get the outs, he's been able to find them. Keep the Warriors in this game. Check swing. Not going to ask for the appeal on that one. Count is 1-1. Again, the runner leads off first. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Fastball, outer portion, top of the zone for a called strike 2. Well, trying to keep it a 2-run game going into into the Warriors' final at bat is Joe Gravine. And there's a flare down the right field line. Is it going to stay fair? No, it will not. It's a foul ball. So we'll keep it at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Three to 1 is the lead for Marshfield. We play the bottom half of inning number 6. Again, you have to give credit to both pitchers. We have not seen any relievers in this one. Gravine for the Warriors, John Will for Marshfield. 90 pitches now for Gravine. Here's the pitch. In there for strike 3 called, and that will do it. Boy, again, a nice job by Joe Gravine, if that is the end of his day. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 runner left on base. Heading to the heading to the top half of the 7th inning. Last chance for the Warriors. It is Marshfield 3, Wausau West 1. This is Wausau West Warrior High School Baseball on Wausau Area Sports.
Wausau Area Sports is more than play-by-play broadcasts on our YouTube channel. Go to wausauareasports.com for the latest news and information involving our high school sports teams, including Wausau West, Newman Catholic, DC Everest, Wausau East, Marathon, Mosinee, and more. It's all at wausauareasports.com. Also, you can contact us there. If you have story ideas or questions, just go to wausauareasports.com and to the contact section. Also, follow us on Facebook and Instagram for the latest information on where we are and what we're covering. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel as well so you miss none of the action. Wausau Area Sports on YouTube, at wausauareasports.com, on Facebook and Instagram. The Wausau area's newest source for information and play-by-play of high school sports. Wausau Area Sports.
Last chance for the Warriors. Top half of the 7th inning. 3-1 Marshfield. Alex Capitz will lead things off here for Wausau West. Here's the pitch. It's outside for a ball. According to my game changer, it looks like there's a delay over at Everest in that softball game. Perhaps some of the weather that's been sort of skirting around here has hit central Wisconsin down in the Wausau area. But it still says top of the 5th inning and a 5-0 lead for the Evergreens over the Warriors in that Division I softball regional semifinal. But the Warriors, number one, need a base runner. Down by 2, get that potential tying run to the plate. 2 balls and no strikes. John Will to the plate. Pours it right in there for strike 1 called. 2-1 on Alex Capitz. Alex is 0 for 2 so far today. Off the inside corner, and that's ball 3. Right now, you have to make sure it's a strike. Make Will throw a strike. The freshman is ready. Here's the rock, the kick, and the 3-1 pitch. Ground ball, third base side, off the third baseman and into left field. Well hit ball, not able to handle it at third was Calverley. And that will be an error to start it off. It doesn't matter. That puts the potential tying run at the plate for the Warriors. And some good power. Well, actually, it's going to be Marshall Helke. Some good pop. Will be getting his first AB of the game. So Marshall Helke will get the opportunity to try to help the Warriors rally. 94 pitches now for John Will. So again, this not necessarily be his last batter, but he's getting close. Big right-handed batter will settle in. Here's the kick and the pitch. Misses inside for ball 1. Well, do the Warriors have a 7th inning rally in them? The first time these teams met, the Warriors didn't get this chance. It was a 2-run game going into the 7th, but the rains came, and the game was called after 6 back on April 23rd, 7-5 Marshfield with the win. Catches the inside corner for a called strike 1. 1-1 on Marshall Helke. Right-handed batter. Capitz leads off of for short lead at first. There's a swing and a foul ball down the right field side. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Rowan Robbins in the on-deck circle for the Warriors. Here's the pitch. Swing and a pop-up short left field. Foul territory, and it'll be a foul ball. That did appear to be a pitch that may be a mistake. That one hung up for a big right-handed hitter like Marshall Helke, but was a little ahead of it and under it. Remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. John Will peeks at the runner at first. Sets at the belt. Kick in the pitch. Line drive into left center field for a base hit. Rounding second and taking no chances is Capitz. You cannot afford the lead, that runner. The big runner's at first. But that was a well-hit ball by Marshall Helke. 99th pitch, so not necessarily has to be a pitching change, but we'll see if there is one with runners on first and second and nobody out for Rowan Robbins. It looks as though the walk to the mound has that look of a pitching change from John Southworth. Yep, that will be it for the freshman. Very good performance for John Will. 6+ innings, 99 pitches, gave up just 5 hits, is in line to get the win. He is responsible for the 2 runners on base, but a new pitcher coming in for the Marshfield Tigers in the top of the 7th. The Warriors have something going, runners on first and second with nobody out. Marshfield 3, Wausau West 1. This is Wausau West Warrior High School Baseball on Wausau Area Sports.
Alcoholics Anonymous. We're here to help.
We're about to start the meeting. Welcome to anyone new.
For more information, visit aa.org and download the Meeting Guide app.
Jacob Sadowska will move over from shortstop and take over on the mound for Marshfield. First and second, nobody out for West, 3-1 lead. And yep, there have been some thunderstorms that have rolled through the Wausau area, so that Warrior softball playoff game has been delayed because of thunderstorms. Also, the Wausau East DC Everest game was delayed in baseball up at Wausau East High School, so we've been fortunate. All the heavy stuff has stayed just to the north of us here in Marshfield. Saw some light rain earlier in the game, but have not been delayed at all. And it's turned into a comfortable late afternoon, early evening. And things are heating up. The Warriors down 3-1, but runners on first and second and nobody out in the top of the 7th inning. Rowan Robbins will be up next for Wausau West. Sadowska finishing up his warm-up pitches. It looks like John Will has moved to shortstop, so it looks like a straight flip between the pitcher and the shortstop. But can the Warriors, after being very quiet at the plate for the 2nd through the 6th innings, make a comeback here in the top of the 7th? A reminder, coming up the rest of this week, Thursday, Wausau West against Marshfield in high school baseball. 4:45 airtime right here on Wausau Area Sports. And then the Wausau West High School graduation ceremony on Saturday at 3 p.m. So Rowan Robbins steps in. Sadowska out of the stretch. Long look at the runner at second. Kicks, deals. There's a bunt into the air and it's caught for out number 1. So 1 out, runners on first and second for the top of the order, and Cam Blasky. It was pushed into foul territory, but in the air, and the first baseman charged in hard, Dayton Bugar, and made the grab. Blasky is 1 for 3, doubled and scored back in the first. Fastball in for strike 1 called. The right-hander looks in. Again, the runners take their leads. 0-1 pitch. Up and in, and backing away from it is Cam Blasky, but ball 1. 1 run on 5 base hits, 3 errors for the Warriors, 3 runs on 11 base hits, 3 errors for the Marshfield Tigers. Sadowska. 2 looks back at the runner at second. Takes a third peek. Trying to get time and not receiving it was Blasky after that third look back by Sadowska. And it's a strike at the knees. 1 ball and 2 strikes. I've said it before, you can request time, but you're not always going to get it. And in that case, the Warriors did not get it. Now it's time for contact. And now time is called. Well, we'd love to see what he did back in the first. He had a grounder just inside the bag at third base for that double. Here's the 1-2. Into the dirt, and that's a big stop made by the catcher, Zaleski, to keep the runners at second and first. Wild pitch would have been huge to get that potential tying run into scoring position for West. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Sadowska and a foul tip. All right, big situation right now. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Seeing a few pitches now. Blasky, see if he's timed out Sadowska. Runners again take their leads. Sadowska kicks and deals. Misses up high, and that's ball 3. Count runs full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Again, Sadowska peeks back at the runner, takes another look. Here's the payoff pitch. Swing, a foul tip, held on to by the catcher. Strike 3. 2 outs now for the Warriors and Will Stengel. Stengel's going to have a meeting down the third base line with Coach John Albee. Stengel is 2 out of 3. He has singled his last 2 times up. Jacob Sadowska's come on here from shortstop to pitch in the top of the 7th inning. Runners off second and first. Here's the kick and the pitch. There's a fly ball center field. Coming in is Wernberg, and he'll get there and make the grab, and that will do it. Well, the Warriors threaten in the 7th. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error, 2 runners left on base. But in the end, it's Marshfield knocking off the Warriors by a score of 3-1. We'll come back, recap this one coming up next. This is Wausau West Warrior High School Baseball on Wausau Area Sports.
So, what's your boat? A boat for fishing, a boat for skiing, a pontoon boat for partying? Or are you thinking personal watercraft? Whatever floats fun for you, remember CCU. That's Clover Belt Credit Union, the leader in financing summer fun. Motorcycles, ATVs, campers, motorhomes, and convertibles too. Great rates, great service, great fun. Local lenders lending local money. Quick and easy loan approval. It's the way financing should be. Stop in and visit with a CCU lender today. CCU can set you up with great rate financing approval, so when you find your boat, you're ready to float. Summer's just too short not to enjoy every moment you can on the water, on the road, or off the road camping or ATVing. Stop in, call, or apply online at ccuwausau.com for your great rate. Whatever floats summer fun for you, remember CCU. That's Clover Belt Credit Union. We finance fun. So, what's your...
Chad Holmes again here from Jack Hackman Field in Marshfield, where the Wausau West Warriors fall to the Marshfield Tigers today by a score of 3-1. Warriors see their 3-game winning streak come to an end. Again, all the scoring came back in the first inning, and it was a good pitcher's duel between John Will and, for Wausau West, Joe Gravine. But in the end, the Warriors got a run in the top of the first. A leadoff double by Cam Blasky, and then he would score on an RBI single by Joe Gravine, and the Warriors had a 1-0 lead. It looked like it was going to be a rather quick 1-2-3 inning in the bottom of the first, as Jacob Sadowska and Jackson Zaleski were retired by Joe Gravine. But then 5 consecutive hits and 3 runs came across for Marshfield. Dylan Langhoff had a single, Bryce Shoddy a single, Dayton Bugar, a 2 RBI single, Jackson Wernberg a single, and an RBI single by Brody Carroll made it 3-1. And that would be all the scoring. The rain is starting to come down harder, so I'm not going to stick around very much longer here, but just to let you know that the rest of the way, the pitching was outstanding for Marshfield. The freshman John Will, he went 6+ innings, gave up just 1 run on 5 hits. Joe Gravine went all 6 innings for the Warriors, gave up only those 3 runs, and did a great job of keeping West in it throughout the course of the game. But in the end, the Warriors fall by a score of 3-1. Wausau West will finish up their regular season hosting Marshfield at West on Thursday. And again, we will have the game for you right here on Wausau Area Sports, starting with the pregame show at 4:45 and the first pitch at 5 p.m. So again, here today, as the rain is starting to come down a little harder just after the final out, it is Wausau West falling to Marshfield by a score of 3-1. Thanks to all of our sponsors, without whose help we could not bring you Wausau West Warrior High School Baseball here on Wausau Area Sports. And thanks to you for joining us. Make sure you check out the website, wausauareasports.com, later this evening. I'll have a recap of this one and all the action in the baseball, softball. There's track and field regionals, golf regionals, a lot of activity going on, and we'll get a report on it coming up on wausauareasports.com later this evening. But until Thursday, hope you can join us again for Warrior Baseball on Wausau Area Sports.
This has been Wausau West Warrior High School Baseball on Wausau Area Sports. Warrior Baseball has been brought to you by the Clover Belt Credit Union since 1936. Local lenders lending local money, keeping our community strong. Also brought to you by Rocket Industrial, the Wausau West Warrior Diamond Club, the Wausau West Athletic Department, the Weld Riley Law Firm, and attorney Matt Meyer. And don't forget, for the latest high school sports news, upcoming broadcast schedule, and more, go to WausauAreaSports.com. This has been Warrior Baseball on your home for Wausau West Sports, Wausau Area Sports.